Arlington, Texas. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All day, punt. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
We gonna shut y'all down.
First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he works free. Oh, fighting off the defender. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it, because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
And how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, he got the best of both worlds. A first down carry by Elliott. Able to power through. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 17 yards for Ezekiel Elliott. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And wins it. Oh, that's just not fair. And now room to run. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. C.D. Lamb deep for the Cowboys. This is brought in at the 21. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Oh, yeah.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
53, Mike. I'll get him.
To throw is Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Check 53.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott being chased out left. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott showing off the speed and elusiveness on the touchdown run. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the block.
This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Cowboys have recovered. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake in the ball and knock it free.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, let's go.
On the draw, it's Pollard.
53. It's our field. It's our field.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught him a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott.
Go, go, go.
Powers through it, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Go.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taking it right at the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. The decision to scramble almost got him the first. Just short, 9 yards, and it brings up 4th and inches. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple.
Here we go, here we go. Line 55. Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. A first trip to the red zone for KC. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now it's Mahomes again. Escaping the pressure right. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter. And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working. And that is
we got plenty of fight, baby.
Line. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Zerline good with a PAT, and a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock.
Hey, eat.
Rabbit.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. That went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've come to halftime. We'll jump over halftime. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is Tony Pollard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. A nice little juke. Unable to corral him. He fights through. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. Woo! And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead. Will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
It's so tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You better break it.
Mike, 55.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Fights him off. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there. Making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Touchdown! Demarcus Robinson from 4 yards out. And it may only be for pride now, but the Chiefs get a bit closer. And oh, it's blocked. The Cowboys pick it up. Taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40, 20,
Get off the field.
And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been in a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
Now Pollard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Get ready.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally? And now off to the races.
Don't worry about it, baby. I ain't worried about it. Let's go.
20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 70 yards. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Mahomes now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
You must be
Prescott from the gun. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz, 46 yards. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run into the offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bound to lose one.
On first down, Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big.
It's an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Elliott going to get it again on second down. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage to the 31 now on first and 10. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. Elliott running right. Oh, Zeke with a quick feed. They can't tackle him. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Cowboys add on. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught at the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Yellow. Ahen.
Check. 55 to Mike.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Mahomes now on first down. It's Kelsey on the grab. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes caught out left side by Robinson.
Let's go. Let's do it.
55. Right there.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. The 40. Past the 20. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two
I'm
about...
the best in the game. I'm the best in the game.
Again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, they just continue to roll. And Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Mahomes' throw pulled in by Robinson here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second and inches, Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
Give me some.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw, because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
You ain't going nowhere.
Mahomes to throw once more. Throw left side, complete. That's Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Flush to his right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One final try for Mahomes. One last shot at the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what